First, I really want to just reiterate the big thank you to Terry and Paul and Sovereign Estates. This is absolutely spectacular. I'd like to thank all the corporate sponsors again as well. Many of the companies have individuals and employees here this evening. You really have made all this possible where the contributions that are made tonight are going directly to Dr. Kortz and the team. So thank you, corporate sponsors. I want to thank all the committee members, all the people that made, put the event on, worked very, very hard on it. So if you see anybody with the little silver name tags, give them a special thank you. A lot of hours were put into this. So. And then finally, I want to thank each and every one of you here today. It's amazing looking out here and seeing all the familiar faces, all the people that have come to events year after year and have supported this work from day one. You've been an integral component of the team. And of those 1,000 people that have been cured, you are just as responsible. And you've provided that. So big thank yous to you. And to everybody that is new here, it's just flat out exciting. It is flat out exciting that we have the opportunity. We have the opportunity as Achieving Cures Together to introduce our organization to you, introduce stories of patients, people we've helped, and to invite you to be a part of the team. So I'm so grateful for that. You know, you heard Terry's really powerful story. You've learned a little bit, Dr. Kortz, on the Minnesota, University of Minnesota Microbiota Therapeutics program, who's really the engine behind this. And after Christy and I, you're going to hear from Amanda, who's an integral component of that program, and is going to share some stories of patients and people that we've helped, families. Beautiful stuff. So I feel like you're going to get a really good flavor of Achieving Cures Together. You know, what we do, who we are. But I want to dive a little bit deeper into what started Achieving Cures Together. Because many of you might know my story, but many of the new people in this room don't. And I think the underlying foundation of this organization is passion. We've got a lot of really passionate people. And therefore I want to share a little bit about kind of what led to this. Take you back to 2011, springtime. As Dr. Kortz said, I had a full-ride scholarship to go play football for the University of Minnesota. And right before I was going to report to school on spring break my senior year, I was hit in the head by a boulder in the Grand Canyon. Rock about this big. Knocked me out. Remember coming through, the world was spinning, blood everywhere. Ended up having a severe skull fracture, concussion, 50 plus stitches. It really was the first initial blow that hit me. Took about a year to bounce back fully from that, where I had my weight back and I was able to play football again. I wasn't going to let this sideline me forever. Football was truly my passion. And so got back out on the field, was starting to feel good, and second season with the Gophers, I started seeing blood in my stool, and more blood. Was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, and again, basically just said, this is the second blow, give me my meds, this isn't going to stop me. Well, there were different plans in store. Over the next about 12 to 18 months, my body completely attacked itself. I went from 235 pounds to 148 pounds, 30 plus bowel movements a day, constant blood, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. It was living hell. And I was trying every drug, therapy, under the sun, diet, meditation, hoopla, whatever, and nothing was working. I was in despair. I wanted to quit. And then I was introduced to Dr. Kortz and their team. I learned about, Madame and I learned about fecal transplants, where you take these microbes, transplant them in your large intestine with the hopes that these healthy gut bacteria will regenerate, bring down that inflammation. And to me, it was like, wow, this makes a lot of sense. I'm tired of being stuck with therapeutics. Let's give this a try. And so we did. And seeing Dr. Kortz, his team, and the care that he provided was incredible. Now, the fecal transplant wiped out my C. difficile. I had recurrent C. difficile on top of my ulcerative colitis. And C. diff, it is a horrible, horrible disease. It'll make you feel sicker than you can even think. But this fecal transplant wiped that out, and then started seeing healing around my large intestine. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. I had 3 fecal transplants. Unfortunately, it didn't cure me. There was a portion of my descending colon that was so severe, I had to have surgery, ended up having my large intestine removed, had a bag for 9 months, three total surgeries. That was a challenge of itself. But through those struggles, the head injury, getting diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, having football ripped away from you, the bag, the surgery, there were a lot of blessings, and a lot of people that were so supportive. One of those really being Dr. Kortz and his team. And so we saw an opportunity. There was an opportunity here with this microbiota therapy, and so little funding, so little going towards advancing this research. We said, we've had enough of this. We're going to attack this. We're going to find cures for this. And so that was the driving force. There was so many people involved in that. That was the driving force behind Achieving Cures Together, and is the driving force today. We don't want to see high schoolers, young kids struggling with autism, high schoolers battling ulcerative colitis, other people getting pulled out of sports due to inflammatory bowel disease, whatever it might be. So we are driving, we are pushing this forward. We have a phenomenal team, and I am so bullish and excited on where this is all going. So I thank everybody for being here. Christy's going to speak a little bit now on some more about the organization, where it's headed. But again, Christy, I'm going to reiterate what Brendan said. Sorry, I'm rambling here. I know I'm over time, but Christy has been the engine behind all of this right now. Her attention to detail, her organization. It is an honor to have Christy running the Achieving Cures Together team. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce Christy Lansdowne, Executive Director.